Memorization, as often as it occurs in our lives, is a very difficult concept to grasp. However, this psychology major has gone on to complete a study on the effect video games have on memory. I sat down with Alex Larson to reveal what he's remembered from his experiences with his research.
Video games have become increasingly popular in the American population just with accessibility. You have a lot more people playing video games just because it's available on their phones now, or on their tablets. And students here at PUC spend a lot of time playing video games. People like you and me do it as a hobby. Some people use it as a de-stressor. But at any rate, more and more students are spending more and more time on video games. Video games are distracting. You can use that to your advantage. So, for instance, people who play video games, I would suggest that you study your material, then you can play video games which will distract you, which will make the first time that you retest yourself harder. You'll have to spend more cognitive effort in order to try to remember material. Then you restudy after you try that recall. But if you use subsequent recall periods, which is part of studying, video games can actually be really, really efficient at helping you study, helping you memorize stuff. I presented this to a group of general psychology students. Dr. Fulton teaches my learning and memory class, which I did the experiment for, and he teaches the general psych class. One student came up to me afterwards, though, and said that they really enjoyed it, and they thought it was most interesting, so that made me feel good. Well, first of all, the general public needs to know some kind of fundamental aspects of memory in general. So if the general public doesn't understand that, it's very easy to interpret video game studies as they're extremely harmful, they're extremely helpful. Well, what do they mean? I don't care, I'm going to play them anyway. You need subsequent recall periods. You also need to spend a lot of effort when you're trying to remember things. A lot of people don't like that. Well, to help you, play some video games, take a break, distract yourself. That will naturally make it a little harder for you, but over subsequent periods, you'll do better. Science is only good science when you can relate it to other studies. I need to be able to understand those studies then if I'm going to relate mine to anything else. Science of psychology is looking for universal explanations for human behavior. So I have to be able to relate what I find to previous findings.